There is no power greater than a mind made up. Once you decide what truly matters, eliminate everything else. Most people chase 10 things and catch none, but you're different. You're ready to cut through the noise. The world is full of distractions. Friends with small dreams. Social media with big lies. A society built to sell you comfort while robbing you of greatness. You must train your mind to reject what doesn't serve your mission. Ask yourself every morning, does this align with what I truly want? If the answer is no, walk away without apology. Let others waste time. Let others scroll, complain, and make excuses. You are here to win, not wander. Winners aren't smarter. They're not luckier. They are focused, obsessed, relentless. They hold their goal in front of their eyes like fire, and they let that fire burn everything else to ash. You must build a mind so strong that even your fears begin to fear you. Doubt is a disease. Starve it. Feed your vision. Guard your thoughts the way a warrior guards the gates to a fortress. Don't just want success. Declare war on everything that stands in your way. Discipline is not a punishment. It's freedom. The freedom to become untouchable. The freedom to live life on your terms. You won't get there by being interested. You'll get there by being committed. By being willing to do the boring, difficult, repetitive things every single day. Without whining, without needing praise, without quitting. Burn the boats. Forget safety. Let there be no retreat. Your future demands your full attention. There is no side mission, no plan B, no second option. You were born to dominate one thing, and that one thing is calling you. Answer it. There will be noise. Ignore it. There will be critics. Outwork them. There will be pain. Use it. Focus is not a mood, it's a muscle. Build it every day. Your time is your most lethal weapon. Do not waste it on what does not matter. If it doesn't push you forward, it pulls you back. If it doesn't build you, it breaks you. Now move with intention, with precision, with obsession. Because when you focus on what really matters and nothing else, you become unstoppable. You won't be tossed by the winds of opinion, dragged by the weight of distraction, paralyzed by indecision. People spend years chasing ideas that never belong to them, trying to fulfill goals they never chose, living lives that don't light their spirit on fire. But the person who stands still long enough to ask themselves, "What do I truly want?" and then demands an answer, that person becomes dangerous, because clarity gives birth to direction, and direction builds momentum, and momentum transforms men and women into legends. When you are clear about your purpose, excuses evaporate. Time becomes sharp. Energy becomes precise. You no longer wander. You strike. You no longer hesitate. You move. You no longer beg for motivation. You are the motivation. A mind locked onto purpose does not fear failure, does not flinch at resistance, does not stop for applause. It simply moves, day after day, hour after hour, minute by minute, toward the vision carved into the soul. And let no one tell you this clarity is a gift. It is not. It is a decision. It is a command you give to yourself. It is an act of war against distraction. You do not find purpose by waiting. You find it by choosing. And once you choose, you protect it with everything you've got. You will be tested. You will be mocked. You will be told to lower your standards, to soften your focus, to be more like the rest. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't made to be average. You were made to burn so brightly with purpose that you blind the eyes of doubt. And when the storms come, as they will, you will not scatter. Because you are anchored to something greater than emotion, greater than mood, greater than motivation, you are anchored to your why. That is what clarity gives you, an unshakable core. A reason to fight when nothing is left, a light to follow when the world goes dark. Most people never touch this kind of power because they never take the time to sit with their soul in silence. But you must. You must ask again and again until the answer shakes your bones. What do I want more than comfort? What do I want more than approval? What do I want so badly I would bleed for it, sweat for it, suffer for it, because only that answer is worthy of your life. Everything else is a distraction dressed as ambition. The moment you decide, the moment you really decide, life begins to obey. Focus sharpens, enemies reveal themselves, weak habits start to die, and new energy rushes in. A person with purpose doesn't have time to be petty, doesn't have time to complain, doesn't have time to explain their fire to people who are too scared to light their own. They're too busy building, too busy climbing, too busy becoming. You won't get there by being kind to your distractions. You won't get there by negotiating with laziness. You get there by declaring that nothing else matters until the mission is done. You become so locked in that people think you've gone mad. Let them think it. Let them talk. You're not here for their comfort. You're here for your calling. The world doesn't need more well-rounded people. It needs focused people. People who know who they are. People who know why they wake up. People who aren't looking for approval because they already gave it to themselves. That kind of focus bends reality. That kind of purpose changes lives. But it starts with a decision to stop waiting for clarity and start creating it. A decision to stop chasing 100 things and start owning one. A decision to stop being lukewarm and start burning with relentless fire. There is something in you that the world is waiting for, but the world cannot receive what you keep hiding under confusion. Step into the light, say the words, claim the vision, speak the goal, decide that it matters, more than fear, more than opinions, more than distraction. Clarity is not some mystical force. It's what happens when you get tired of being pulled in every direction but your own, when you say no, and then say no again, and 1,000 more times, until all that's left is the path that leads you to who you were always meant to be. Be ruthless about it. Be obsessed with it. Let the world adjust. Because once you choose to focus with unwavering clarity, you stop reacting and start creating. You stop drifting and start driving. You stop existing and start living. Everything changes when you finally decide to focus only on what truly matters and nothing else. Eliminate the non-essential, because your life is too valuable, your time is too limited, and your purpose is too important to be buried beneath the weight of what does not matter. Every day you are presented with 1,000 choices, but only a few of them will ever move you forward. The rest, noise, loud, demanding, tempting, noise, and if you don't have the courage to say no, your dream will be drowned before it ever takes its first breath. You must become brutal in your decision-making. You must train yourself to cut and cut again, until all that remains is only what serves the mission. Most people fail not because they lack talent, not because they don't have time, but because they refuse to let go of the things that steal their focus. They stay loyal to distractions, attached to the irrelevant, addicted to comfort. They confuse being busy with being productive and wonder why progress never shows up. But progress is not found in addition, it's found in subtraction. It's found in stripping away every obligation, every relationship, every habit, every thought. That does not lead directly to the outcome you're here to create. When you eliminate the non-essential, you gain clarity. And with clarity comes power. You begin to see how much of your life has been wasted on maintaining appearances, pleasing others, chasing what someone else told you mattered, but none of that belongs to you. Your vision is yours, your path is yours, and until you protect it like your life depends on it, you will keep losing it to people and things that don't deserve it. There is no room for guilt when you are chasing purpose. You owe no explanations for your focus. You owe no apologies for walking away from what doesn't serve you. You don't need permission to free yourself from people who drain your energy, projects that waste your time, or habits that make you weak. You are not obligated to carry what weighs you down, just because you've been carrying it for years. If it no longer fuels you, it has to go. If it distracts, it goes. If it delays, it goes. If it doesn't align, it goes. Ruthlessness is not cruelty. Ruthlessness is self-respect in action. It is the discipline to say, "This is my lane, and I will not be moved from it." It is the boldness to choose depth over width, precision over popularity, purpose over participation. You cannot do everything. You are not meant to do everything. You are meant to do one thing, and do it with such intensity, such clarity, such conviction, that the world cannot ignore it. And to do that, you must strip away everything that blurs the signal. Cut the meetings that don't matter. Mute the opinions that don't count. Decline the invitations that waste your time. Turn off the noise, the notifications, the news, the nonsense. Your energy is currency. Every time you spend it on something unworthy, you go broke in the bank of your future. You must decide, once and for all, that your mission is sacred, that your dream is not to be shared with every passerby, that your schedule is not up for auction, that your time is not free for everyone to consume. Your greatness demands space. It needs silence. It needs the absence of the irrelevant. So the essential can roar. You will be tempted to hold on, to keep one more thing, one more task, one more distraction, just in case. Let it go. Trust that your focus will create far more than your clutter ever could. The mind was not designed to juggle chaos. It was designed to execute clarity, and you cannot execute if you're entangled. Look at your life. Cut relentlessly. Cut what doesn't move you. Cut what doesn't build you. Cut what doesn't bring you closer to what actually matters. And when the fear comes, and it will, remind yourself, everything you're releasing was never meant to stay. You are not here to be everything to everyone. You are here to be great at one thing, focused, committed, clear. You don't need more time. You need less waste. You don't need more opportunities. You need fewer distractions. You don't need more motivation. You need less noise. That is the path. That is the difference between the average and the elite, between the lost and the locked in, between the exhausted and the exceptional. Not more, less. Less of everything that does not sharpen you, strengthen you, or serve your vision. Choose your life, design it, protect it, and eliminate everything that does not belong. Guard your mind like a fortress, because every attack on your future begins in your thoughts. The strongest walls are built not from stone or steel, but from discipline over what you allow into your mental gates. Thoughts are seeds, and whatever you allow to plant itself in your mind will eventually take root, grow, and shape your entire reality. If you permit fear, it multiplies. If you welcome doubt, it spreads. If you entertain mediocrity, it becomes your standard. You cannot control every external event, but you can control what you let inside. And that control is not optional. It is survival. Your mind is the command center of your life. It is the first battlefield. Every great defeat starts as a silent compromise within your thinking. Every breakthrough starts with a defiant belief in something greater. You must choose every day what thoughts are allowed to stay and which must be destroyed on arrival. You don't argue with negativity. You don't reason with fear. You don't debate with self-doubt. You crush it. You reject it. You replace it with something stronger, sharper, more aligned with where you're going. Your vision cannot survive in a mind that is open to everything. Your dream cannot grow in soil poisoned by toxic influences. You are not weak, but your mind will become weak if you feed it weakness. What you read matters. What you listen to matters. Who you spend time with matters. These are not small things. These are the bricks in the wall around your destiny. You cannot hang around lazy people and expect to stay driven. You cannot consume garbage and expect to think clearly. You cannot tolerate constant drama and expect to build peace. The world is not neutral. It is not passive. It is pushing something on you every second. Opinions, fears, distractions, expectations, and if you're not pushing back, you're already losing. Protect your inner space like a warrior standing at the gate. Stand firm against anything that tries to steal your focus, dilute your purpose, or weaken your spirit. You are not obligated to allow every voice into your ears. You are not required to internalize every criticism or fear-based comment from others. People speak from their limits. You must act from your vision. The person who guards their mind masters their life, and mastery is not about control over others. It is about full control over your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. You must train your mind daily, deliberately, relentlessly. Feed it strength, feed it clarity, feed it direction. Cut out the noise, cut out the confusion, cut out the narratives that tell you you're not enough. That story ends now. You are not here to absorb the world's chaos. You are here to bring order to your own path. And to do that, your mind must be fortified. Every time you let negative thoughts linger, you give them permission to multiply. Every time you entertain doubt, you weaken your ability to act. This isn't theory. This is war. And in war, hesitation kills. You must speak life into yourself. Louder than the world speaks fear into you. Speak belief when you're tired. Speak focus when you're tempted. Speak truth when you're overwhelmed. This is how you win. Not once, but every single day. Most people never reach their potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they let the wrong ideas take over their mind. They guard their homes better than they guard their heads. They lock doors at night, but leave their mental gates wide open for fear, gossip, distraction, and lies. Be smarter than that. Build a fortress so strong that nothing can shake it, and when cracks form, and they will, reinforce it, reflect, reset, rebuild. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be aware. Awareness is armor. Discipline is your sword. Consistency is your shield. This is how you protect your mind and preserve your power. Don't wait for a breakdown to start protecting your peace. Don't wait for a setback to start managing your thoughts. Start now. Decide that your mind is sacred ground. Decide that not everything deserves your attention. Decide that you are the gatekeeper, not the victim, not the passenger. You are the driver, and you steer with your thoughts. Everything starts there. Your habits, your emotions, your actions, your results. It all flows from the fortress of your mind. Let that fortress be built with purpose. Let it be lit with vision. Let it be guarded with unwavering focus. What enters determines what comes out. So make no mistake, what you allow in either fuels your greatness or feeds your destruction. There is no neutral. There is no standing still. You're either building or you're being broken. Choose to build, choose to rise, choose to guard your mind like everything depends on it, because it does. Discipline is the bridge to all achievement, because nothing moves from vision to reality without it. You can have the clearest goal, the boldest dream, the most perfect plan, but without discipline, none of it will matter. Ideas don't work unless you do. Potential stays buried without structure. Discipline is the force that turns effort into results, and it all begins the moment you decide that your mission matters more than anything else.